Okay, what's up, guys? How you doing? Um, Today's video, I'm trying to record this where I'm not um just going off, but I want to talk about more low function, high function behaviors and things like that, and kind of like learning when to set boundaries and understanding people, understanding yourself, and understanding certain spaces, especially when you're working and things like that. I really want to do a little breakdown because I'm just I literally had the weirdest, most annoying fucking experience yesterday, and I'm just I feel like if I don't talk about it now, I'm not gonna want to talk about it. So I had a situation where I tried to communicate something with a coworker and they just weren't responsive to it, and instead of okay, let's talk about it, because I'm thinking, okay, that would be the solution. Let's talk about the situation so we can assess it and improve on it. Y'all tell me why I end up in a damn office. I'm like, what? Why am I in this office right now? Like, what? And I hate the fact that I'm in this office trying to explain myself, and I'm like, what could I have possibly said that was that bad? Mind you, it was an email too, so I'm like, everything there that I said is there. But that's kind of the struggles that I'm dealing with right now. And I'm just and I think for me, I'm at the point where I'm like, do I let this go? Do I move forward? Because also I'm trying to move up career wise. I know I made a video. I'm I want to start my own business and things like that. But bitch, I need the capital. I need the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I still need to keep my head in the game. I can't just be reactionary where I'm just oh, this person tried to play in my face and they try to screw me over and da da da. That's just not the wave. That's not gonna really get anybody anywhere. And I got places to go, right? I'm not about to sit here and mope all day. But what I've realized, and just over the course of years of just working with people, because I've experienced this also at my other job, is when somebody is a specific way and you just can't really mesh well with them. I think for me, and I'm not saying this needs to be for everybody, but I'm at the point where I'm just I start cutting people off. I start leaving people where they're at, leaving things where they're at, and I acknowledge things for what the fuck they are, and it's just not working for me, right? So I'm just at that point where I'm okay, I guess this can't be improved, or this is just how it is. Okay, cool. Leave it where it's at. Right? That's the point where I'm at, because I'm I think when I go out my way to try to communicate or kind of try to mitigate something or really see if what can be improved on or done better. And I've been in situations where that has worked, and that's the case, right? But the reality is, and this is just how people are in general, humans are very multifaceted, right? We are sad, we're mad, we're happy, we're joyful, we're grateful, we are entitled. We are a lot of things, right? And I don't think anybody is above any of that, right? We all feel the same things. We all go through the same emotions, different times, but we all do experience it. We experience everything. We just experience life, right? So for me, it is knowing how somebody's going to experience something and how are they going to process it is kind of a key point in acknowledging what they're gonna do and what I'm gonna do, right? Because I'll bring up I'll use criticism, right? Because I think criticism is super healthy for everybody. I've got criticism. I'm kind of ashy. I've received my fair share of criticism. I get it all the time. I got criticism fucking yesterday, and it's okay, right? We all gotta experience these things because that's what's gonna make you grow. Like, nothing's gonna make you grow if you can't hold yourself accountable, and if people can't express themselves around you where they're honest, right? Because we all need to hear honesty. Now, it doesn't need to be this brutal thing. Oh my God, you fucking did this, and oh my God, I can't believe. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be on that level, right? But accepting honesty and processing it is a big part of growing and learning as a person, right? And even in like the last 2 years, right, I've had to, like, because like this is my most recent job in terms of like newness. I've had a job for like over 11 years, and I've learned things there, and I've definitely made my fair share of mistakes, and I've have a better understanding of people, right? Because I've experienced so much life there, right? I've experienced loss, I've experienced grief, sadness, I've experienced happiness, I've experienced, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've experienced everything while I was working there. So I can't sit here and be like, I can't be like, well, I don't know anything, or I'm not aware of things, because I've experienced them before. And I think what I really want to get into, and yes, this video is gonna be a little bit all over the place. Y'all don't come for me. Like, if you read it, the title will say whatever it needs to say, because we gonna talk this outside, because it's at a damn grocery store, right? So I've experienced multiple situations where I had to learn about myself and really decide, okay, how do I navigate this? What should I do? How do I communicate this? How do I do this better? How do I avoid this conflict? Like, all of these things, right? And it's like, it's never gonna be perfect all the time, honestly, because it's just like life is unpredictable. People are unpredictable. That's just how that's gonna go, right? But like, me knowing what I know now and just like learning things from experience, I'm okay with like dropping people. I'm okay with leaving people where they're at. I'm okay with not trying to change somebody, because that's just who they are at their core, right? I have things that I do that I'm just gonna be at my core, and if somebody's not okay with that, they have every right to drop me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to change everybody. Everybody's not here to change me. Everybody isn't for everybody, and I've said that before. But I think for me, and what I've experienced and what I've come to find out is, because I think with me, like, I'm like, oh, like, we should talk about it and work it out and da-da-da-da and all these things, because I think that's just like the healthy way to do things. And I think when two people can really communicate their issues, you should be able to grow from that, right? But then what happens when people aren't willing to accept criticism, or things about themselves, or things that they might know about themselves but they're not comfortable acknowledging within themselves, right? These are the challenges that I'm like facing right now. And I think like my solution to this shit is I just like, when I say like I'm over it, I'm literally over it, because it's just like, if I'm having to have multiple conversations and this and that, and I feel like I have to tiptoe around people, because like people can't acknowledge when they're wrong in like, not even like in any form of capacity, I'm just like, oh, okay, like that's to me, that's weird. Like, to me, that doesn't really solve anything, that doesn't resolve anything, and that doesn't, like, I'm gonna look at that like, okay, like, this person's problem solving skill is not there, and they are not very proficient in that category, right? Or in that whatever, I'll just say category, right? And I'll pivot to even more, like, let's even go outside of work, because like, you're not gonna only meet this at work, you're gonna meet this with your friends, you're gonna meet this with your family, you're gonna just meet this with people in general, right? And so I'm gonna bring up a situation with my brother, and oh, thank God they don't see my channel, but like low key, I think my brother has a gambling addiction, guys, and it's not in the form of going to the casino or anything like that, but it's in the form of like crypto and stocks and all these things. And I'm gonna emphasize on that, like, he lives with his mother. He doesn't really pay rent or anything like that. He works, but he never has money. And he never has money because he's always putting his money into this concept or idea that if he puts this in, he will get X return back. What does that sound like? It sounds like gambling. But what do I know, right? What do I know? I don't think I have an addictive personality like that. I don't think that my brain functions that way. But from what I'm seeing, I think his brain does, right? And then for me, because I've had multiple conversations, I've had the arguments, I've had all these things, and it's just like the person doesn't want to change. So what do? You can't do anything realistically. And I had to come to that conclusion this year, and I think that's one thing that I really had to learn about myself, because this part of me is something that I've come to find out in like the recent years of my life, right? Is that everything isn't gonna work out with everybody. People are who they are, and you have to be able to be okay with letting that go, or leaving the person where they're at in that situation. Because you could try to help people, like realistically, you could really try to help people and try to bring them up and like teach them and show them better. But if the person is incapable or unwilling to do that, you're wasting your time. And I think that's the point where I'm at, because I've like realized things and I'm like, okay, like I've been in a situation before where I'm like, okay, how can we improve this? I say my piece, person can't reciprocate it well. And like, I'm not even against talking or a certain way, or like cushioning my words or things like that, of that nature, right? But I'm at the point where I'm just like, all of that is for me, I'm feeling like it's, if it was meant to be received, it would have been received. You know what I'm saying? That's just the point I'm at. And I'm just like, I'm okay with just leaving things where they're at. I used to be like, let's do this and let's improve this, and if we work on this and da 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 and all this shit. And I used to be so enthusiastic, especially when I go to work. Like my other job in Brooklyn, I used to be like that so much, right? I used to be on that because I wanted to see improvement. I wanted to see growth in people. I really wanted to see people evolve and do better, and that everybody can learn from their mistakes. And you know what I'm saying? Because life, you're always learning in life. Like you're always gonna have curveballs. You're always going to have you're gonna always have your twists and your turns, and you're gonna have to be able to grow from that and learn from that and be able to do better, right? Because that's like your survival instincts kicking in, right? And you know, for me, when I'm like, and like I said, like if this video is a little all over the place, like leave me alone. I'm trying, right? I'm trying because I don't want to be like, yes, like this is a situation that happened to me during the workplace, but like also like I don't want to like make it seem, you know, I just don't want to. I don't need to like I want to convey my feelings without like necessarily dragging people or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to just say my piece. But just like what I've just learned over the years is, people are gonna be who they are. Like me, I'm gonna use it. I'm gay, bitch. Like I'm always gonna be gay. I'm always gonna like fucking men. Sometimes I hate it. Like honestly, really and truly. And I've just come to accept that about myself. Like, I can't change that part of me. Like, I really can't. Like, it's wired in my brain. And I think maybe if I acknowledge things with other people like that, life would be a lot easier. And I think I can function better knowing that. But the part is other people bleed into you and your life and your timing and your space, right? And then that's what creates the friction, right? Because, like, yeah, you can have your issues, right? But then what happens when your issues is affecting everybody else? Or if I'm doing something and it's inadvertently affecting somebody, and they're trying to say, hey, how can we work past this? And, like, it's just there's no accepting of there's no accepting of the critique or the criticism, or of just like of the language. Like, it's just always friction. It's just like it's not being gotten right. Because I feel like in my head, and I'm gonna use my brother again as an example. I have other brothers, but, like, this is the brother that I grew up with and all these things. So I'm using that as an example because, like, I'm not rich. I'm doing okay right now in my life. I'm still in debt. I got a couple little bills to pay off, but, like, I'm gonna be on my come up, right? I'm gonna be on my come up. That's what he always says. Like, wait till I get on my come up. Wait till I get on my come up. I'm like, okay. But the point I was trying to make with my brother is, like, he lives with his mom. We are not rich. My mom's not rich. None of these things. And I would have really appreciated, because I don't live there anymore, and I'm trying to get back in the groove of helping more, especially financially. But it's like, even then, it's like I gotta help myself too. Like, damn, I'm not like I don't got it like that. I'm okay. But I'm not like Ocean Parkway. We go this way. Okay, hold on. But I'm not at the point where I'm like a gazillionaire, or I'm like a six-figure making person. I'm trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? I really am. I think if I really like tighten up, wrap tight. I'm sorry, guys, I'm driving. I'm trying to follow the GPS too. But if I really tighten up and really take things a little bit more seriously, which I am doing now, which I should have been doing like a year ago, 2 years ago, but better late than never, right? I'm trying to get to the point where I can be on that level of financial stability. I think I'm stable now because I've created a situation for me that works for me and isn't like above my means, and I'm staying in that until further notice, okay? Right? But, like, I'm just not financially all the way there, right? I'm still trying to build myself up. I still have things that I want to incorporate in my life. There's things that I want to start up. There's things that I want to just do, and I need money for that. I need to save my money. I'm like, and if I'm constantly giving my money away to everybody, I'm not gonna have shit to myself, right? So for me, I'm low-key depending on him to be at least somewhat responsible, to be like, okay, well, I'm living with my mom, like, let me help contribute to my family that I'm living with, right? Instead of just like indulging in like this addiction at this point, right? Where I haven't seen a return. I haven't really seen any progress. I've just seen the same situation for years. And he's young. He's like 20, 21. Where it's just like you're seeing the same thing. And I don't want to tell people like, don't invest, don't go for things that you want to go for, or like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that, right? Because I have things I want to go for. I have things that I want to do in my life. And you're gonna have to take risk, right? You're gonna have to be able to take that leap of faith and go for it. Whether or not you're gonna fall flat on your face, or you're gonna fly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can go either way. But all in all, hold on, we gotta go this way. All in all, you know, like, you have to be able to see things from other perspectives. Like, it can't just be your perspective and your perspective only, and you always feel vindicated and all this. Like, you have to be able to really learn and take in the information and really process it and really be able to adapt, right? You have to have a level of adaptability. And I think that's another thing that I really wanted to emphasize on, because I'm driving so slow right now, because it's just like, if you can't adapt to different things, if you can't, this bike is gonna piss me off. If you can't, if you can only see things from one way or one perspective, how are you going to grow? How are you going to really maximize or really blossom into, like, the person that, like, you know, to the potential, right? How do you even get to that point? But I think at this point I'm rambling, so I think if you guys don't want to watch anymore, you can. But like I said, we gonna keep talking until I get to this damn grocery store. Right? But, like, you have to be able to accept that, right? And, like, the thing I keep bringing up with my brother, and I'm very, like, serious about this situation, is that my mom's 50, right? And, you know, immigrant family, immigrant parents, didn't have a lot of money, really trying to make it. And for me, like, when I got older, I think I became more empathetic towards my mother. You know, like, and I've had my issues, especially, like, with me, like, me being gay and all these things. Like, we've definitely had our issues, and we definitely butt heads. And I think, and I've also seen her grow as a person, right? I've seen my mother grow as a person, to the point where I'm like, okay, like, I feel more safe around this person. Not to say I didn't feel safe. I feel like that's a little exaggerated, right? But where I felt more comfortable being around my mom, right? Because, like, before I didn't, because I just, like, you know what I'm saying, like, my mom wasn't really super accepting of my life and all these things, and it felt like a constant battle to try to, like, get people to, like, accept me for who I am and all this shit. And at this point in my life, I don't care no more. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. Like, I am how I am. This is me. You know, what you see is what you get, right? So, I can't change every single aspect about myself to appease somebody else. Because I'm not being authentic to myself. I'm not being true. But just over the years, I've just seen my mom grow into a person that I really wasn't expecting her to be, and in a positive way, right? In a positive way. Let me go this way. And I've seen the positivity. I've seen the impact. And granted, like, I don't think I would ever, like, not like help my mom or anything like that, or if my mother needs me, because if I need my mom, I'll call my mom. I'll let y'all know that for sure. But, like, to really but to see the growth and to see the evolution of a person, it gives me hope that people aren't just one way, that people can learn, right? No matter the age. Because, like I said, you could say, oh, well, that person's stuck in their ways, they're this, they're that. We all can learn to be better. And no matter what age. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Like, to me, that's an excuse. You could be 75. You can learn something new every day. Like I said, you can always teach an old dog new tricks. Okay? So, for me, that I'm seeing that growth, I'm seeing that level of evolution, I know that it's possible for other people. So when I experience like this low functioning behavior of people that just can't, that just want to stay where they're at, and they're just okay with it's, I don't want to say like low vibration, but like sometimes it's low vibrational. Like it is what it is. It's low vibrational, and they're okay with that, and they're okay with like just marinating in like that type of energy. I'm losing my train of thought. But like when people are just like they just want to sit in that negativity, and they're just not bringing anything to the table. Like you have to let people. You have to be able to lead them where they're at, because you aren't going to be able to change that person. They have to want to change for themselves, right? Okay, I gotta make a right. Oh my god, I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. I gotta go in this lane. I'm so scared. Okay. Is it this? Okay. Alright, I think I'm close. I don't know where I'm at. But like I said, like you have to be able to let people grow on their own. You can't always force it, right? I think that's the point that I'm trying to really make. And if this video seems long and long-winded and all that type of shit, I am so sorry. But it, you know, that's just what it is. Like you can't enforce a change into people. People have to want that change for themselves. And I think sometimes the best solution is absence. Because it's like if you're constantly there, if you're constantly holding people and not holding people accountable to their bad behaviors or their low function, they're gonna always think it's okay. But then what happens when people start to, and sometimes people like people are okay with just being low functioning by themselves and nobody else, and just them and them versus the world. And you know, there are outliers out there for sure. And like I said, you're gonna have to leave that alone. They're gonna have to be like that the rest of their lives. But you know, just saying in general, sometimes you have to let people go on their own and figure it out on themselves. Like you can't really enforce that kind of change. You have to let the people figure that shit out. And I think that's just the point I'm at. Like I can't be fucking sitting here trying to fucking tiptoe around people because you are going to be unable to properly take in the information. That's not productive, and that's not going to get anybody anywhere. So at this point in my life, I'm okay with leaving people where they're at because that's where they want to stay. So that's kind of the synopsis of this long ass video. If I rambled, I rambled. But you know what? I'm trying to get into ooh, is this truck gonna hit me? Okay. Long ass fucking truck. But you have to be, oh god, another one. Why is this lady walking towards the truck like this? But like I said, I think the best solution sometimes is to leave people alone. You can't always change somebody. Why are you honking me? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Oh my god. Okay, can I go? Okay, thank you. He's like honking me down. I'm like, there was no space for me to go. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video. But just that was just the realization that I made. But I'm okay. I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna learn, and I'm just gonna move accordingly, right? Because I still gotta protect my peace, right? I can't drive myself crazy for people that aren't getting it or don't want to get it. You know, I gotta leave that alone. But thank you guys for watching the video. Is it? I don't know what he wanted. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I hope you were able to get something from it. But I'm gonna end it now. Bye.